I'm just finishing up this little japa if I can before we start. Haribol. How's everybody today? I am here in suburban Maryland, and I am broadcasting to Russia. Haribol, everybody. I'm Gaura Vani Das. Sometimes I remember the Das part. Das means servant of Gaura, the golden one. Vani, the message, the song, the teachings. Do you want me to turn this phone? Is that better? Let's see. Better? You know, I turned 43 the other day. Maybe I'm old school now. Oh boy, so funny. Well, what a pleasure to be here with all of you. My father was born in Russia, east place called Tashkent. Part of the story of him coming to Krishna, and my mom and dad both met Srila Prabhupada in the earlier days of the Krishna movement. So I feel blessed to be here. Let's start by inviting some divine presence into this space. This is the basement of my house.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Nityanamane. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamane. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gaura Vani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane. I don't know if you can hear the wind outside. It's a spring day here in Washington, and it's still can't decide whether it's winter or summer, and the wind is blowing. This morning happens to be the one day of the week that I wake my kids up for early morning Mangalarti. We decided one day a week as a family that we would get together in the pre-dawn hour and sing together. So this morning we sang, and then we spoke some verses from the Bhagavad Gita. The kids are learning a few verses. I have 3 wonderful kids. Hopefully sometime I can share them with all of you. One of the verses we're memorizing together as a family is Matra Sparshas Kaunteya Shitoshna Sukha Dukkada Agama Payino Nityas Tams Tatikshasva Bharata. Prabhupada's beautiful translation of the Sanskrit. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of the winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O sign of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So, not only am I not the center of the universe, and not only does not everything revolve around me, but this is not even the first great challenge. This coronavirus situation is not even the first great challenge this world has faced, nor will it be the last. God is infinite, and we are infinitesimal. Part of the between the infinitesimal and without the infinitesimal, the tiny, what is the meaning to the infinite? And vice versa. Without the infinite, what is the meaning of the finite, of the infinitesimal? So let's sing a little song now to the gurus in our lives. I'm always eager to honor my guru, His Holiness Radhanath Swami, as well as my wife's guru, His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami, and another very special guru in my life, Shiksha Guru, and loving uncle and dear friend, I can say, even though I'm not qualified to be his friend. Bhakti Tirtha Swami always treated me that way. So here's a song that I wrote to these 3 fine gentlemen and devotees. It's called Guru Dev. Oh, mystic Guru Dev, my heart lingers with you in the sun-filled room in the Maryland suburbs. Simple words turn to magic. the divine world appears. With our eyes are blessed by you. We try to see what you see, oh now, Gurudev. Jai Jai Gurudev. Jai Jai Gurudev. Together. Gurudev. Jai Jai Gurudev. Jai Jai Gurudev. Vande Guru Shri Charana Adavina. Vande Guru Shri Charana Adavina. A dark shadow appears and hovers over Pennsylvania. I'm driving 90 miles an hour down those dangerous country roads. Oh, yeah. Trying to reach you. Yes, I'm trying to get to you. I know to tell me the black lotus is gone. Oh no, Gurudev. Oh, Jai Jai. Let's all sing together. Gurudev. Jai Jai. Everybody, Gurudev. Jai Jai. Vande Guru Shri Charana Adavina. Vande Guru Shri Charana Adavina. Vande Vande Guru Shri Charana Adavina. Vande, you sing. Guru Shri Charana Adavina. 1,000 souls dancing Rasa Leela. Radha and her Lord, they dance in perfect unison with you, Gurudev. Jai Gurudev. Hmm. Jai Gurudev. Was thinking about Narada, the great kirtan leader and teacher and guru, Narada. Always meeting people right where they were in his ability to share Krishna. Never willing to speak only because he was right. Better only speak what can be heard or received by your listener. Narada is such a wonderful example of a true guru. You know, this corona situation was caused by the abuse and slaughter and treatment of animals. Directly, of course, it's caused by our material condition. It's caused by being in the material world. But one of the things about us in the material world is we become more, as we become more wealthy, as we become more dominant, we begin to feel that we can treat nature as we like without there being consequences, and that somehow or other we can buy our way out of the consequences. But this is actually a situation, is a great blessing on all of us, because it reminds us that we are so humble and so tiny and at the mercy of everything. There's an anecdote, I don't know where this comes from, but I heard it third hand, but I found it so beautiful that I'm going to repeat it anyway, even if it's just a story, even if it's just a poem or a meditation. A man Italy on the ventilator, respirator, breathing, and he was given a bill for $5,000, and he began to weep. And the doctor came to him and said, "I'm so sorry, but you shouldn't feel sad. You should be happy that you survived. Even though I know you can't afford this bill for $5,000, but don't think of it that way. Think of it in gratitude." And the man said, "No, you're misunderstanding why I'm crying. I'm crying because I realized that for 2 weeks or a month, I've been on this machine that's been allowing me to breathe, and the cost of that machine was $5,000. And I spent my whole life breathing for free before I came into this hospital. And I never realized how precious and how valuable those breaths were." So how precious every moment is, and how grateful we are to have these moments, to chant together, to sing together, to pray together, to be together, to be grateful. What is the purpose of existence if not to express our gratitude? Let's do this actually. Let's do a song on the tanpura, not tanpura, the ektar, this funny thing, which is a very old instrument. It's an ancient instrument, practically timeless. It has 2 strings. I don't know why it's called an ektar. Ektar means 1 string, but this has 2 strings and it's still called an ektar. So there you go. Why things are the way they are, it's a great mystery. I don't see it. Anyway, I've got this with my friend Joe Carini in Mumbai a couple of years ago. This is something that Mirabai used to play, the great Vaishnavi, the great bhakti devotee of Krishna lady. Let's chant prayers to Narasingha for protection. Shri Narasingha Dev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Narasingha is the form of the Lord who is the protector, the great protector of the devotees. So let's chant some simple prayers to him that are chanted every day, multiple times a day in many, many Krishna temples all around the world. Narasingha, half man, half lion, is actually a form of Krishna. And when his young devotee Prahlad, who was only 5 years old, when he saw Narasingha, everyone else was so frightened because his form was so fearsome. It was the form of protection for Prahlad against his abusive father, demonic, yogic king father. But Prahlad, he didn't see that form. He just saw his beloved Lord in the form of this half man, half lion, Shamsundar Krishna. Some prayers to Narasimhadev. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Lad Dai Hiranyakashipu Lakshaha Shilatankana Hawarat Simba Yato Yato Yamita Simba Yato Yato Yamita Simba. Where is Narasingha? Narasingha is everywhere. He is within everything and he is outside of everything. Here, there, everywhere is Narasingha, the protective aspect of the Lord. His jaws, like a cat, his jaws appear to be death for those who are selfish and caught up in the material concept of existence, thinking themselves to be this body. They see God as death. But for the devotee who sees God everywhere and in all things, those same jaws are like the jaws of a mother lion. She grabs her baby by the back of his neck and he feels so happy. Those same jaws of death are jaws of love, jaws of life. Yato yato yami tato Singha Bahir Singha Hridaye Singha Bahir Singha Hridaye Nrsimho. He is outside and he is in my heart. Nrsimha Madir Sharanam Prabhade. Namaste Narasimhaya. Oh, Namaste Narasimhaya. Tavakara Kamalavare Nakamadhuta Shunna Galita Hiranyakashipu Tanubrinda Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tava Kara Kamala Bare Nakama Puta Shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubindu Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jai Nrsingadev 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 Jaya Nrsingadev Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Bhakta Prahlad Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo Bhakti Vigna Vinashak Shri Nrsimhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai Bhakti Raj Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. When Prahlad took the throne after his father passed at the hands of Narasimha, Prahlad became king. And Prahlad spoke this beautiful verse. Swastyastu Vishwasya Kalo Prasiditam Jayanti Bhutani Shivam Vitanya Manascha Badram Bhajatada Bhukshaje Vishitam Nu Matirapya Hoituki. May everyone be blessed. May those who have envious hearts be appeased and satisfied. May those who are in places of difficulty be brought to joy and peace. May those who are suffering, may their suffering cease. How is this all possible? How is it possible? It is possible by us all chanting the holy names and meditating on the form of the beautiful lotus-like Adhokshaja. Lord, the beautiful Lord of many names, our beloved Lord. We sing those names and meditate on him. All of our sufferings can cease. Like the sun rising, the darkness automatically disappears. Now the Chaitanya mantra, prayers to Lord Chaitanya, invoking the golden avatar, Kali Yuga avatar, Patita Pavana, the one who brought the moon, the rising moon, into the darkness of Kali and gave this whole thing meaning and purpose. If not for him, none of us would be doing kirtan. None of us, if not for Lord Chaitanya. He brought this practice and made it common practice, gave it to everyone, regardless of their qualification. He said, oh, you're a murderer. Have you tried chanting Krishna's names? Oh, you are proud and closed-hearted, hard-hearted. Have you tried chanting Krishna's names? Oh, you are a poverty-stricken, poor, poverty-stricken person with nothing. Have you tried chanting Krishna's names? Oh, you're in times of great difficulty. Have you tried chanting Krishna's names? One of the disciples of Sri Chaitanya was a small boy, 10-year-old boy named Gopal. And there was one devotee who had developed so much ecstasy from chanting. He was chanting all the time, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Yadava Mukunda, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. And he had such a taste that he didn't want to stop. And then he had to go to the bathroom, to the call of nature. So he didn't know what to do. So he tried grabbing his tongue because he didn't want to sing while he was in the bathroom. I can't bring the name of Krishna into the field with me when I go to do my business. But the tongue kept wanting to dance, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna. And Gopal, little 10-year-old Gopal, he said, dear sir, just chant. Don't worry. The name of the Lord is so pure that nothing can make it impure. So now you just chant freely. Even when you're on the toilet. So Lord Chaitanya heard this and he said to this boy, please you come sit here on my lap. And he held him in his arm and he said, your new name is not Gopal but Gopal Guru, because you are now a great guru. You have given the essence of all teachings to encourage. No matter what, we always chant holy names. Jai Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Oh, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Please repeat after me. If you don't know the words even, it's okay. Oh, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Everyone. Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Oh, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya 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 Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Nandana Nandana Gaura Hari Kali Yoga Bhavana Gaura Hari Patita Bhavana Gaura Hari. This is the one for HK. Maya Pura Chandra Gaura Hari Adya Bihari Gaura Hari Vishnu Priya Pranadana Gaura Hari Sachi Mata Pranadana Gaura Hari Nityananda Pran Nityananda Pran Gaura Hari Gaura Hari Gaura Hari Gaura Hari Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari Gaur Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Nitai Jai Gaur Jai Shri Mayapur Haribo. Lord Chaitanya, inconceivable. Lord Chaitanya is Radha and Krishna in one, coming to give us their love. Even part of that equation is impossible to understand. Like, 1 plus 1 equals 2. So if you understand the equation, you have to understand at least, okay, what is 1? What is a 1? 1 is a number of a certain count of something, an amount of something. So how can Radha plus Krishna equal Lord Chaitanya if we can't even understand who is Krishna, who is Radha? we can understand Lord Chaitanya. But by Lord Chaitanya's inconceivable grace and mercy, this math works backwards. You first understand Lord Chaitanya by his love, by his kindness, by his mercy, and he sucks you in to the love of Radha and Krishna. Just see. Mystical, spiritual, bhakti math. It works backwards and inside out. Lord Chaitanya is the expression of the love of Radha and Krishna. Lord Chaitanya is Krishna in the mood of Sri Radha to understand that love and share it with others. His life was an exploration of how to share the love of Krishna with everyone in any circumstance. And he's still touching us today. So many people loved Lord Chaitanya, they would follow him wherever he went, and he would stop and he would turn around and he'd say, no, you go home. You go back to your family. And they would cry and they'd say, but you've changed my life. I want to follow you. I want to be with you. I want to spend every moment with you. And he said, the physical association is not as important as the Vani. That is the meaning of Gaura Vani. The Vani is the instruction. What is the instruction? Chant the holy name with your friends and family. God, we are following the instructions of Sri Chaitanya by sharing together the holy names together. This world that Lord Chaitanya brought to us, this spiritual world, is beyond our ability to understand it all, beyond our imagination. We can't understand what it means for there to be a world without death, a world without destruction, without violence. Even vegetarians in this life, we have to eat something. So there's cruelty and death in all directions all around us. So we have to find a way to use this gift that we've been given to uplift our consciousness and take advantage of this beautiful gift of Lord Chaitanya. One of the great gifts of Lord Chaitanya is the Brahma Samhita. He found this manuscript in a temple that I was blessed enough to visit on the edge of a river, the Adi Keshava temple. Beautiful, small, sweet, intimate temple in South India, surrounded by banana and coconut trees, lush green countryside, kind of out in the jungle, beautiful little walking paths to the temple and littered with things like that. There in this temple, he found the manuscript of Brahma Samhita. And he shared it with the world. And these are the prayers of Lord Brahma, the archangel of creation. Now, Lord Brahma is, hold on one second. Hey guys, just a reminder, I'm on the phone here. This is one of the beautiful things about being in self-isolation. We're all in each other's space. I have 3 kids who are kids. That's what they do. They're kids, and they're awesome at it. They do a really good job being kids, and I'm so grateful for them. What does Brahma say? He is lost and confused, and then he listens, and he hears the sound of Krishna's flute. coming through the darkness that surrounds Brahma in all directions, into his heart, piercing his heart is the sound of Krishna's flute. And it awakens in him and inspires him and reminds him of the spiritual world where he comes from. And he remembers the flowers and the feeling of the sand on the bank of the river Yamuna. And he remembers the cool breeze that flows through the trees. And he remembers the sound of the river. He remembers the tinkling of the bells of the gopis. He remembers the way the moon danced on the waves of the Yamuna. He remembers the sound of Krishna's flute, reminding him of his identity and his relationship with the spiritual world. And Brahma shares with us a meditation. He says, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. You, not me, you are the original person. Lord Brahma says, in this spiritual world, the rivers, they're flowing, but not with ordinary water. They're flowing with nectar. Nectar. We can't understand what is nectar. Nectar. And he says, on the banks of that river of nectar, you don't find stones. You find gems that are so powerful with their Shakti that they can touch anything and transform it into whatever your imagination brings forth. Chintamani stones. And what is that sound that we hear? Is that the sound of the anklets of the cowherd maidens? They seem like villagers, but they're actually the greatest of all goddesses of limitless fortune. Who are these gopis who reside in the spiritual world? They are the greatest of all the practitioners of after many lifetimes of yoga and great charity and selfless, humble works, lifetimes as demigods and great saints and teachers and filling the world with vast amounts of knowledge and study and practice. They've transcended all of that, and they've left it all behind for pure love, untouched by material lust. They understand that the only object of desire is to be a maidservant at the feet of Sri Krishna. What is that sound we hear? The sound of the ankle bells of the gopis. We follow their footprints in the sand. Wait, those look like the instructions of the steps of dancing teachers. This is not walking, this is dancing. The gopis are dancing everywhere they go. Every resident of the spiritual world dances effortlessly. The trees, they're dancing. The trees see Krishna coming and they take their branches and they offer fruits down to touch his feet. Every step is a dance. Every word is a song. You try to speak something and it naturally turns into poetry, effortlessly singing a song of love without even thinking of the lyrics to speak. This is the spiritual world. Every word is a song. Every step is a dance. And the flute, the sound of Krishna's flute. There's so many incredible stories, but I won't tell you. You won't even believe them. I'm not going to tell you the stories. I don't think you guys will believe if I tell you some of the stories of Krishna's flute. You'll think I'm just making it up. Okay, maybe I'll tell you a couple of stories. Once Radha had snuck away from her home and was with her closest gopi friends, and they met Krishna in Nikunja. And Radha, her skin is the color of molten gold. What captivating. Everything about her is captivating. Radha, she's the most of everything. She is our representative in the spiritual world. She is the one who's on our caseworker. I don't know how you say it in Russian, but in America we have these things called social workers. So if something goes wrong in a family, someone will take the case, and if the government has to get involved, if the kids are suffering with it, then there's a caseworker, and they come in and they try and help the family and everybody figure out how to make things right again. Sri Radha is our social worker in the spiritual, our case worker, out for us and trying to make new plans to bring us back home. So everything about her is dripping with nectar. And when she came, she was beautifully decorated for Lord Krishna. Every single thing she put on, she thought, how can I bring the most joy to Sri Krishna? And when she appeared on the scene, they didn't understand that she wasn't a flower. And they started coming into her to try and taste the nectar of this flower, this walking flower. Where did all this nectar come from? So all these bees started hovering around Radharani, and she said, Krishna, help me. I can't think, I can't see all these bees. So Krishna said, I can play something on my flute that will be so sweet that the bees will instantly chase that sound, thinking that it's a flower, and they'll fly away. So Krishna played. Much better than that. Come on, that was terrible. And the sound of the flute, it becomes sometimes this rainbow bird. And it flies up into the sky, this rainbow bird, twirling around and spinning and flying across the sky. And the bees just went mad, and they went chasing the bird into the air. So we're coming to the end of our time together. We have just a few more minutes here. Let's sing a song that I'm going to be releasing soon called The Compass. And you can keep your eyes out for it, Compass. And it is, it goes like this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Well, you've chosen the life of a sailor, my dear. With each rolling wave, new adventures appear. But if I neglect to speak of the storms that creep up behind like the devil, I'd be lying. You know life on the sea is as blessed as it's cursed. The warmth of the sun turns quickly to thirst. Your head starts to spin as the options get thin. And sometimes even the wind just stops blowing. So I wrote this song for you to remind you of what's true. Keep your boat sailing straight and true. These words can see through. Times get tough, the seas are rough. It can be like just guide you through. Oh. Together, we sing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Everyone, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna. Cry out, Hare